Good day, students. Today I will introduce you to the essay on the pleasure of no longer being very young. First, I will like to introduce you to the author. Gilbert Keith Chesterton, 1874 to 1936, was an English poet, philosopher, dramatist, essayist, journalist, orator, literary and art critic born in a middle class family in Kensington, London. Educated at St. Paul's School, he started his career as a reviewer of art books. He wrote around 80 books, several hundred poems, about 200 short stories, 4,000 essays, and several plays. His famous collection of essays include Tremendous Trifles, A Shilling for My Thoughts, and All Things Considered. His Father Brown mystery stories, written between 1911 and 1936, are still being read and adapted for television. He was very proficient with literary and social criticism, history, politics, economics, philosophy, and theology. His style is witty. This is very important. His style is witty, consistent, and extremely paradoxical. He is often referred to as the Prince of Paradox because his essays contain element of paradox, parabic, parable, and allegory used to illustrate certain spiritual truths. Chesterton was felicitated with knighthood. So you have to remember this thing, that he was felicitated with knighthood, with Star of the Papal Order of Saint George the Great by Pope Pius XI. His major works include Charles Dickens, A Critical Study Non-Fiction, Biography for Beginners, collection of poems, and A Man Who Was Thursday novel. A Man Who Was Thursday novel, you have to remember for short questions. Now I will introduce you to the summary of the essay. In this essay, Chesterton analyzes the nature of the advantages which one enjoys in old age. Most of the people in the world are afraid of old age, but Chesterton here is celebrating the old age. So, this essay is very important. The advantages described by the author present almost a kind of comic contradiction. The real advantages that Chesterton attaches with old age is that many things seem to be growing young, fresh, and lovelier. Old people begin to see the significance in a large number of traditions, institutions, and maxims. Proverbs like fortune is fickle, riches take to themselves wings and fly. Power can depart suddenly from the powerful. This is very important in corona era, because power, it has departed suddenly from many powerful countries, many powerful people, sounded stale, and made no appeal to reason to people in their young age. But after the instances of America's downfall, Wolsey's denigration, fall of Napoleon, disintegration of the Roman and Spanish Empire, the truth of these proverbs appear to dawn on a person in old age. Chesterton also highlights another paradox of that kind by stating that it is not the young people who realize modernity. For the young, new things are always in the background of their lives, which is why they do not realize what is exactly new. It is the old who can understand the transition and the real meaning of modernity. They have seen the world moving the other way. The essay is bound to delight readers due to its originality of expression. So, this essay is also important because it is related to Browning's poetry, which is prescribed in your syllabus.